So we should not allow our cows to be in a district for over 3 years because they go in the same sauna, the same poker joint, the same bar with these people of the district who are on the local, who are appointed in the local government by the district service commission.
And they bully our politicians.
They bully the politicians.
How many chairman have I seen? You will also leave me here.
No, they do it. You see, Honorable Taiwan, the right honorable can be on record. Those people, the technical people of the district, he keeps complaining about them, then they say, but he's always busy, we shall work on the ground. We shall work on the ground.
If people can bully,
if you bully a
speak of Parliament.
You see, they started a school, a primary school, in his constituents. A primary school without students, getting books, getting capitation grant, and they have teachers. In that district called Mitoma.
You cited that district of the well-performing cow for our visit next week. Wind up, sir.
Members, I'm just going to quickly the days you have given me because the points are very many. I will prepare a detailed submission if you allow.
Allowed, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Do you have anything to? As we close,
I just want to thank the PS for responding, but I also need to thank each one of you, the honorable colleagues, MPs, and the committee, and the chairperson and the vice chairperson, for your big contribution. PDM is a very big issue. The other day, the president told what they have identified them, and they are acting for them. 4 arrested. I went to Maracha on a complaint by a member of Parliament of Maracha, Honorable Uhuru. Those ones we have arrested, 10 of them. You see, they had in Pakwach, there is a coordinator who collects 2.5 million from every circle. And he says this is to manage the upper section. The upper section is at the district, I don't think at the municipal. So that man is called the Babangina. So he's on the run. But we have got his phone and we shall get him. So PDM is Shema. I'm coming to Shema. I'm coming to Sheni. I will go to Amuria. Amuria, you raised the issue of roads. There are some roads contracts made in Kampala. I've notified the minister of the different ministries like agriculture who are making roads. They should involve us and our engineers should supervise. Otherwise, they should not put the blame on the local government where contracts are signed in Kampala. Implementation is done in the district. In one of the irrigation dam in Isinjiro, which has a pump which doesn't work, made by Nexus Green, the person was given a contract in Kampala where to implement in the village to supply irrigation water to 3 villages, to supply it to 1 farm. So when I asked the district people who supervise this, only that contractor came from Kampala. They could not share. They could not share their drawings. I went to Masaka district, in her district. I found a city school under construction. Contract was signed by Minister of Education in Kampala. I asked them, show me where is the pitch? Where is this? But these are 2.83 billion shilling projects. So the mistakes that have been in local government, we shall fix them. We shall fix them as a team. Then, regarding the LC1 election, Honorable Nameere has been assigned to work closely with all members of Parliament, district leadership, with the Commissioner, Susan. She will handle the training, induction of all chairpersons, councillors. That is now her department. Let her do it. Because once we have smart local leaders, monitoring becomes easier. We unblock, let the leaders know their rate. They have the right information of how much they are spending and what they are meant to spend. Then I will maybe give a chance to the Minister of State to say what.
Yeah. Before through you, Chair. Through Chair. Yeah, through Chair. Mr. Honorable Minister, we request at least you do something on these other DCs. What are they doing in the districts here?
And chairpersons, no, the other DCs are under a different ministry. Let's allow the Committee on Presidency.
Honorable Chair, what we can ask today, Right Honorable Chair said that we have a whole house. I prefer you raise it up and the Minister of Presidents should provide an answer.
Yes.
Where there is corruption and their work is the official oversight role they are not doing, what are they still doing in the system?
Because you see, under this is the representatives of the president, and that is handled by the Committee on Presidency. The ministers were given an opportunity to his junior to address, which I think is good.
Yeah.
The news people had sneaked into something here. Kindly, Honorable Chair, inquire for us from the Honorable Balaam what happened to earlier programs you had with your state minister. These days, why are you moving separately?
Just like you know, the committee members and the journalists, we have a very, very big nation, so many departments. We need a minister to remain in Parliament. Their matters are raising every day in Parliament. We need now, we have those 5,000 which have never been represented in Parliament. That should be done. We need, she's a member of Parliament. And then also driving, cutting costs, having 2 teams heading to Maracha, 2 ministers, 2 convoys. I think that is the taxpayers' waste. We need to have also the cost implication of the trip of 2 ministers on the same journey. And then the first month was more of orientation to my sister, who has just become a minister. So I wanted to orient her, and now she can do these other roles. And now she's going to handle LOC1, councillors, LOC5 induction. I want to thank Parliament for appropriating 12 billion shilling towards that. So let her handle that, because we need to have a system not only monitoring what is happening, but also training people who should monitor when we are not there.
That was like, we are also planning to do this here because of the backlog. We have talked to the speaker, and he has allowed us to split this committee into 2, where my deputy will be heading one and I will be heading the other, so that we can move faster. The other time where we are going for a benchmarking trip, and I wanted to move with my deputy. The speaker said, no, the deputy should stay in Parliament. So it's not, it's normal. It's not because of the conflict. So next time, don't see me not moving together with my deputy and they say we have a conflict. State Minister, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and honorable members of the committee. My senior minister, Honorable Balaam, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to say something. First of all, I don't want to be the devil's advocate here, but Madam Chair, I want to, as somebody that has also been on the ground and been observant, in the spirit of decentralization, we have to ask ourselves a very serious question. What was the intention of local governments? Why did the makers of the laws of local governments get up and come up with decentralization policies? Honestly speaking, we may blame a PS, we may blame a minister, we may even blame a president. But in decentralization, people naturally or policy-wise are not even supposed to be micromanaged. In fact, he risks a lot in terms of laws if he directly micromanages. People are supposed to be on ground and do the right thing. And Madam Chair, I need to inform you that they have just refused to do the right thing. It's not because maybe there's a former bad minister, a former bad people have refused to do what they're supposed to do. And that's why sometimes we are inclined to use bulldozing methods that are very unfortunate, but somehow it looks like they're the ones that are working. You get to an area, there are 6 transformers that are down for 3 months, for 2 months, for 6 weeks. People crying, merchandise is perished all over the shops. You tell, without listening, because for me, many times I'm being accused to, she didn't listen to the explanation. What explanation? So you just tell the person in charge of UEDC that, you know what, by Monday, end of business, I want those transformers up. As they're explaining, you're like, no, I don't want to hear it. And magically, Monday before end of business, the transformers are up.
So why don't people want to do what they're supposed to do without bulldozing? It is something that we need to ask ourselves. It's a reality that we need to together check ourselves as this country. On the issue of PDM, Madam Chair, we are sitting on a time bomb of a leakage of a leakage that our great-grandchildren are going to pay for handsomely. PDM is now the biggest last-mile program of government. In terms of what you call last mile, what gets to the last person. PDM is the biggest program, not hospitals, not anything, it is PDM. Trillions of money are going to PDM, but this money is being stolen. Honorable Minister has given me a chance, and I will use this chance, Madam Chair, to request that in your recommendations as a committee, let Parliament find, I know we are busy, the ministries are busy, the MPs are busy, but if Parliament could give us a chance of say 2 to 3 weeks, all members of Parliament to go to the ground, no trips abroad, no minister going anywhere, no nothing, no functions in those 3 weeks. We all sit in our constituencies and monitor PDM.
Clear a month back to the people.
Thank you so much.
That is what you are suggesting.
Yes, Madam Chair.
The please capture.
I would kindly suggest that as a number one this year, not next year, not any year, but somewhere in this year. Lastly, I want to thank the Minister. He has been very practical in terms of helping me catch up. The areas are so many, but it is very important to note, Madam Chair, that Article 131, I think, or 113 and 117, that provide for special directives from His Excellency the President. Sometimes we need to go to given districts because of given directives by the President. For example, the senior minister had already mapped out his route for the past week, but then in the NRM caucus, a number of members of Parliament reported serious crises in their areas, and the President redirected us that no, go to Pakwachi, go to Moyo, go to Maracha, go to Bodaka. So in some instances where it is a special directive from the President, even with my roles, I will have to find myself in the field and most times away from the senior minister, because he mentioned it. Like he mentioned, these districts are so many. The problems are too many. People are bleeding. Lastly, Madam Chair, members of Parliament, I'm begging you, we could use Bodaka as a case study where I was, Madam Chair. All the MPs are new. But I liked what one of the locals said in our visits, that they said it in their local language, but I could translate it in Luganda, that MP. When they realized the cocktail of issues and how far removed and remote their MPs had been from the reality of the area, it actually challenged the new MPs, and they said, okay, now we also understand as MPs that we have had an oversight gap. Members of Parliament, it's good this is the accountability committee. Hold all of us accountable in terms of sending us back home to do oversight. People stealing money. Madam Chair, in Namagunga here, the sisters, the good nuns have built a very good structure at 900 million. 3 stories, very robust BOQs, built in record time. The same 900 million in Budaka has only done a slab and like 4 poles. So MPs, please take charge. There is also an oversight gap on our side.
I found the election in Iganga, and they categorized it as executive PT latrine. What is it? It had costed 175 million and it was at the slab level.
Anyway, lastly, I want to thank, it is not only the minister donating the sound system, so it shouldn't be questioned, because even some members of Parliament, for example, where I have been going without him, some MPs, I can't claim they have been donating free sound system. So it shouldn't be something looked at as
Politicians never give 3 things. Next time you know that they're expensive. Kindly procure, Mr. On a serious note, Mr. Permanent Secretary, we are very happy and grateful that the Minister has been donating his equipments for use. But it is high time we get to procure this service, because I know what it means when politicians start donating. Today it might be a good politician, Balaam, but we don't want to build a culture. If it is a donation, let it be captured as a donation to the ministry, but not just like people come and give. And some of the 3 things are very expensive. Maybe
Madam Chair,
State
one
Minister
that came from the people we work with, the IGG office, the anti-corruption, that was their observation, that maybe us in the political wing, the people in charge of making reforms, this came from IGG, even police, they said maybe think about putting the district service commissions or the people in charge of giving people jobs at districts at regional or sub-regional levels. Because, Madam Chair, that type of rot, you have young girls who went to those districts with degrees and left with HIV. Somebody has slept on them for a job, she has not got that job, she has paid money, but left with HIV instead. People are going through so much because of district service commissions. Families have sold land and jobs have not been gotten. Thank you, Madam Chair.
But you see, the way we started with decentralization, these districts had full powers, even over the cows. But when you get a report, we have been decentralizing, we are killing decentralization, by the way. But what I've observed is what is at the center is always what is decentralized. Even when you put even if you go to public service here in the ministry, such people who ask for sex for jobs are there also. So the issue is about dealing with the mentality of the country. Mindset of Ugandans. Even the person who is paying, even a girl who allows to give out herself for a job, you can imagine. Even where you don't ask for a bribe, Ugandans will pay bribes on others. So, Mr. Minister, these people, when you are going out, I will allow you to answer this when you are going out. I don't, because I have a background of the media, I don't want to sit on questions from the media, but I don't want them to be so many so that they could even change the direction of this meeting. But they are saying that when you close bars, and it's affecting the income of local governments, whatever. But that one, when you are going out there, you can answer them.
I request you humbly, since it's a community thing and we are leaders here, I need to answer that question in a minute. One, many of the villages I've been going to, I find young people drinking at 7 a.m., at 8 a.m. This has led, 1, to laziness, 2, to increasing crime rate. So I've written a copy in Pigeon Hall of each member of parliament, and I've sent to the districts to start or to make ordinances or bylaws to implement in respective districts on what time they want their people to drink. I feel it is important that people participate in productivity in the morning, then in the afternoon they have lunch, they go and drink. On the weekend they can drink as much as they want. I don't have a problem with that. I thank you.
Now, Mr. Minister, you are talking. When you say that the district should come up with ordinances, and the district to benchmark is good because they already have that law. Gulu Banti, Wadaji, Muvela, whatever, you can't take that mess there in Gulu. So they are good at, you can benchmark them, but you can still also bring a law here in Parliament.
The law that was brought, I remember, in 2023.
I attempted it, I failed because I was a private member. Saro Penda attempted it, she failed because she was a private member. It's high time you people in the government bring a law, full law on alcohol.
I've shared it and I'm doing consultation. The law, the policy or the law to be presented will be based on consultation. I met a cabinet of Marwa drinkers in China over the weekend. They gave their views. I think I've seen their views. So I'll continue consulting the stakeholders.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Mr. Minister, thank you. Let's get to hear from you, PS. Thank you for coming. It has been a good interaction. And I want now to respectfully release you. Thank you for coming. We shall make a report out of this interface and we shall take it to Parliament. We shall be waiting for your submissions and then we shall make a resolution in the House and submit a report about this particular interface to Parliament. So please, where I think that we need to change the law, the policy in your submission, highlight it, and we shall take it to Parliament as the Committee of Accountability, because it always starts here. To hold the people accountable, it starts here. Thank you very much for coming. Please, you can leave now. I request colleagues to stay behind just for a little bit. Just one.